How many of you have pieces of ribbon that are just not long enough to do a whole lot with? You know, ribbon is valuable, right? Why don't I show you guys what I do with my smaller pieces of ribbon? So contrasting colors. So let's take some of this orange and let's throw that in there too. So I'm going to add a little orange, again about a 5 or a 6 inch tail, and I'm going to make the bow the size of whatever I've got to work with. How many of you sell bows? How many of you have bows ready to take to a craft show, vendor show, right? And look, I'm only going to be able to get, well, maybe. I could do another loop, but then I'm going to lose a tail. I'm going to do 2 loops here, 1 loop over here. No rules, y'all. No rules whatsoever. Oh, and look, there was another piece in there. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But this one really isn't long enough to do a loop with tails. So guess what? This one, we're not going to use it for a loop. We're not even going to take it for a loop. I'm going to use a little bit of this. Just a small piece. So if you have a piece about 12 inches long, guess what? We're just going to stick that right in there and add some more color. Just layer it right on top. Boxes of bows made, Starla said. Yay, girl. You are ready. Let's bring a little bit of brown tone. Now we introduce some brown in there with that one. This roll doesn't have very much on it, but enough to get a few loops. Starla, that does not surprise me with you, girl. Bows are ready. Hey, Mary Lou. So we're going to do a few loops. Look, I'm at the end. Done. I knew there wasn't much left on that roll. And you know, of course, my rule is when I empty one roll, I have to buy 3 more. So I'll go shopping for more. Look at how our colors are coming together. Watch me take this one. It's too short to do a loop necessarily, but guess what? It's going to go in here and just go right on top of it. Let's get a little of this mustard, and it'll grab some of the mustard from the edge. Look, for a hodgepodge, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, we are putting together a really cute fall bow. Now, I did have a scrap piece like this, and I liked this one. It was my favorite. So guess what? I'm going to actually use it on the very top. Just by going through my scrap ribbon, looking to see what I have, and using my scraps. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. For some reason, I also attached small gift bag to my bow for an extra selling point. I attach a small gift bag. Starla, way to go for marketing, girl. Love it. So even though it looks a hot mess right now with my long tails and wonky, guess we are going to clean that right up. I'm going to take a piece of floral wire and go right down there and tie off all of this wonderful ribbon that we just added, and we cleared out some of my tote with extra the scraps of ribbon. Also, if any of you are familiar with Hot Mesh Mom, Carrie, she does the wreath rail boards and wreath rails. She has a lot of fun. You'll be hearing more about Carrie soon, but I can also use these scraps of ribbon and use them in my wreath rails too, so smaller quantities. For a wreath rail, it doesn't take a whole lot of ribbon. For some reason, Stephanie did not get that bow on there, or that wire on there very tight. I may actually switch to a zip tie for a moment, just because it's not tight for me. Not tight to my liking. So I'm going to make it a little tighter. Y'all, I've had the air conditioning off because it's been so cool in Illinois. This afternoon it kind of warmed up a little bit, so I just kicked back on the air conditioning. First time in a couple of days. My glasses are all steamed up from all the temperature change, so I can't see squat with my glasses or without my glasses. There we go. All right, now the fun part. I'm just going to get all of my new little bit of this, little bit of that ribbon, spread it out, and guess what? I'm going to start doing some dovetailing. Trimming away, and the ones that are too long, because they were a different size, different length, I'm going to trim them back. Look, this one was cut at a diagonal on that piece of ribbon. That long one right here with the mustard scalloped edge. Nope, he's gonna get a little haircut. This one was a super long piece. Gonna get a haircut. Just dig out that tote or basket or whatever it is that you store your extra scraps of ribbon. Y'all, it doesn't have to be a loop. It can just be a straight piece of ribbon in there, because it adds that extra color. And we're repurposing our leftover ribbon that we thought we didn't have anything to do with. Nothing goes to waste around here. A few more dovetails, it looks like. And I just want to cut so that I can see the ribbon behind it. Even this one's still a little too long for me. I want to see the pretty ribbon behind it. And there we go. We have now made, out of leftover ribbon, a beautiful fall bow. Y'all,